Yes, my G's, how are we all doing? Hope you guys are doing great. I've got a quick and easy vital tutorial for you today on creating a Rude Bwoi Wub. And I've put a little beat to it so you can hear it with a bit more fun, a little bit of a break going along with it. It's quite a busy break, so it gets a bit overwhelming at times, but you can hopefully hear the wub quite clearly still. I've tried to sidechain it to the kick a bit as well. Let's have a listen to the loop and then I'll break down the vital patch. So nice, easy, classic wub sound, and you can also make it more Rude Bwoi with this macro I've put on here. Perhaps something to automate during the loop as well here. So really nice, and yeah, nice Rude Bwoi DnB style. So how I made the patch, very simple. It is basically, the trick is using the harmonic series wavetable and FMing that into a lower sine wave. Okay, and then there's only actually 4 effects. Such a simple sound, simple but effective, I would say. So here it is. Oh no, let's go back. Oh yeah. So yeah, let's turn that volume back up. So what you've got is you've got 2 LFOs, one to do the shape of the wub, and then one for a bit of subtle movement as the sound plays out for longer, you know? So the first LFO, the wub, is like a triangle shape but curved, and I've just put it, yeah, slightly, yeah, it's 1/2, and you can see here it's just before this second line on the grid. Just gives it enough time to go wum, you know, have that bit of attack. And yeah, so the harmonic series, what we're, you know, this is a wavetable in the free version of Vital, the harmonic series, right? Just down here. And we actually modulate the wavetable position. So it starts off, I believe, at 0, or very close to 0 anyway. And then, yeah, I just modulate it to come up like 44 units on the LFO. You can see it comes up here, not too high, just enough to get that main wub character in there. Alright, so this one's at -12. Then I've got another sine wave an octave lower, and this one's at -24, right? And this is where I'm going to use the FM to route the harmonic series into the lower sine wave, right? So now I'm going to turn the level off on the harmonic series, so it's just a carrier signal. And now it's coming through here on my LFO. Sorry, not LFO. On my FM. But to give it extra dynamic interest, as you see, I actually I put the amount of FM also on the LFO. So the LFO1, the wub shape, is basically modulating the wavetable position, which is then FMing into a fresh sine wave underneath, and the amount of FM is also on that same LFO. So it's 2 kind of parts, 2 characters that are both going on that wub, you know, technical terms. And that's, yeah, pretty simple. I just then had a bit of filtering as well. So this is it's quite subtle, but the phaser positive filter, the cutoff around 260 Hertz, and I leave the drive and the mix down, and I just modulate the drive and the mix to come up a bit. Also just on that LFO1 on that wub. And yeah, just gives it a slight bit of extra shaping, you know, in the mid-range. And then I don't believe I used in the end the second filter here. I think I've only used yeah, I've only used filter 1. So that's it for the first part really. And then we'll talk about the effects as well. But there's one more thing, because I have this secondary LFO, which is where I wanted to like almost open up the patch over time, or change it over time. And I've put this on a couple of things on this page of Vital as well. So namely the oscillator 1 wavetable. So this is already being modulated on the LFO1, the harmonic series, the main part, but it actually just opens up a little bit further over time. So I kind of just bring it up slowly over time, but just a little bit. Okay, and then it kind of tightens up when it comes back to the bottom again. And a similar thing I've done, yeah, the similar thing that I've done is over on the FM as well. So the two main parts to the sound that are giving it character, I open them both up a little bit, you know? So the FM just opens up a little bit more as it gets to the top at the end here. Okay, so you already have this feeling that it sort of opens up a bit and then tightens as it repeats again, but that's going to get exaggerated further in the effects section. So let's move over, and a bit of chorus first. This is also going to be opening up on this slow LFO, right? So it starts off only around 11%, but it opens up a fair bit. Okay, so it gets a bit, spreads and gets a bit wider, and then tightens back to the middle again, beautifully. Next, the distortion. This doesn't have any modulation. It's just a bit of, yeah, sometimes certain sounds, you can over distort them. And this was one where it was already nearing its limit and I couldn't really distort it much, but I wanted a bit of extra push in the low end still. So the way I did that was to use the distortion on a mode that kind of beefed up the low end a bit, but then mixed in the distortion at a very low level, because high up, it just changes the tone and it kind of gets a bit messy. But having it on a little bit in the mix, yeah, almost saturates the low end and gives it a little bit of extra joy down there. But yeah, no modulation on that. A little bit of a higher shelf boost just to bring out some air in the sound, because there's not really many frequencies up in that part of the spectrum. Too high, it gets a bit too gritty and it loses its main character that I wanted for it, but a little bit of boosting for the sort of air of the sound. And then, finally, a lovely bit of reverb, and this starts off 0.6%, like super low, but it comes up on my slow LFO, so getting this feeling of it loosening up towards the end and then retightening when the bar finishes, you know? Sorry, I think it's, yeah, 4 bars. It's tracked over 4 bars, you know? Okay, so that's really cool, isn't it? And then I just put the macro, my little Rude Bwoi macro, to get an extra control of the wavetable of the harmonic series if I want to push it even more. So just open it up even further. Back in with the beat again then. All I did for a little bit of side chaining, like nothing crazy. I just took some of the kicks from this break, put them on a new channel, and then I just side chained the bass to take some low end out every time the kick hits with the multi-pass compressor. Everything sort of below 500 Hertz gets side chained a bit for the kick to cut through a bit better. Okay, but it would need more mixdown work still, because I've just thrown in this break, and this break has a lot of stuff going on, and so that's another video in itself really, like tidying up breaks. I've done similar videos like that before, but that's not the purpose for this video today. The purpose of this video today is to share the joy of the Rude Bwoi Wub. All right, thank you very much for watching, my G's. I really appreciate all of you guys on the channel, no joke. I try to reply to your comments when I can. I try to read them when I can. Yeah, sometimes I don't get around to it because I've got teaching, I've got mastering, I've got label stuff to run, so it's not always possible to get back to everyone, but I try my best. And yeah, may I remind you as well, if you guys want lessons with me, you can book in via the links down below. Best way to level up your sound is to have lessons and also join my Discord community on Patreon, because they are really great at giving you feedback as well, so come along and join Discord. And then finally, if you guys want any vital presets, I've got loads on my website, loads of premium quality packs, working on a new one for the near future as well. Plus there's phase plant packs, a current preset pack, even a really, really old serum pack, which I probably would say is not anywhere near as good as the other ones. Yeah, thank you very much anyway for watching. If you want mixing and mastering work, you'll get a great result with me, better than you would with any AI software. Email me, info@artifactmusic.com for a quote. And also, if you want me to DJ in your local supermarket, just email me as well, and I'll be there spinning some tunes in a shopping trolley. All right, my G's, take care. More from me soon. Much love.